Torrie was a true professional in every sense of the word. She was not a trained wrestler. She had been a fitness model, and a pretty damn good one, if I might say so myself. I think Torrie's just an incredibly beautiful woman, and an incredibly beautiful personality. She's really, really a cool girl, and I should say woman. But she came in and having not had that training to know how to take a bump and get thrown around and do the things that being in that position would eventually call for, she took to it like a fish to water. And she didn't turn away from it. She never complained. She did what was asked of her and did it with flying colors, as did Franny, as did Lizzie Borden. You know, I mean, they were all very, very professional. I mean, look at some of the bumps that Franny took. And, my God, have you ever seen the bump that Vic Grimes gave Lizzie Borden, power bombing off the top rope through a table on the concrete floor? You know, all three of those women were incredibly professional and really soaked it up. You know, all three of them, you know, really picked up on it. You know, Lizzie and I weren't together that as long as Torrie and I, and certainly not even close as long as Franny and I were together. But all three of them, I can't say a negative thing about any of them. They worked their asses off, and they did what was required of them. And they didn't look at it as a burden. They looked at it like they're getting their opportunity, and they took advantage of it. And look at the avenues that have been opened up to Torrie, especially with having had, you know, not just, you know, I don't want to make it sound like I gave her the opportunity, but after she was with me, you know, she then hooked up with A-Rod and had a long relationship with A-Rod. She's a successful businesswoman. Torrie is, you know, she's shown her true colors as to how intelligent she is, how hardworking she is, how professional she is. None of that stuff happens by chance. You know, nobody just gets lucky and wakes up tomorrow and hits the lottery in life and, you know, has it all laid out to them. If you're hitting life's lottery, it's because you're working your ass off. And Torrie did that, Franny did that, and Lizzie did that. So never once did I ever hear any of them complaining because they were being recognized or, you know, they all took it as a compliment. You know, there's a bunch of guys out there, you know, wanting to take a picture with them. You know, they took it as a compliment because they knew how hard they were working and effort they were putting in to become what they became in the business, and never heard any of the three ever complain. And for that matter, never heard Beulah complain. I never heard Kimona complain. I never heard Peaches complain. None of them. They were as professional, and that's why we took them under our wings like we did in the ECW dressing room, because they were, when you say the term, they're one of the boys. You know, that's, you know, I can't imagine any higher compliment. You know, there was no separation in the ECW dressing room. Like, hey, she's a girl, so let's take it easy on her. That never happened, and they never complained. When Franny broke her hip, she was at the ring the very next weekend and doing her spot on one crutch. You know, so, you know, to me that speaks a lot more for the appreciation you should show the business. And no small thing, but, you know, it's the work that people like Torrie and Franny and Lizzie and 1,000 other women did that laid the groundwork to allow there to be a Divas division, to allow somebody like Sasha Banks to make that money, to be stocked. So rather than complain, maybe we should pick a phone up and say thank you to somebody and squeeze it for what it's worth and stop bitching.